Hello friends, as the business is going day by day in a competitive world, the business is facing some problems regarding the financial management or the financial conditions or regarding the financial status. Uh, the business is arranging the capitals from the different sources for running the business day-to-day operations of the business. So, in relation to that, I had chosen the topic that is the working capital management and analysis. As this topic is most important aspect for the business to run their day-to-day operations. The business is managing the finance very effectively, very efficiently, no doubt it. The efficient and effective managers are also looking after to that factors, but still some organizations, some business organizations are facing problems regarding the management of the capitals and that capitals in relation to the working capital management and analysis. The working capital management and analysis needs to be the in detail or depth study of that capital, how it will be managed, and that organization should understand what is that concept of the working capitals, what is the factors affecting or determining the working capitals, and the management of the working capital, and the last how it will be analysis, that how it will be arranged. So in keeping into the view of those facts, I had chosen this topic, that is the working capital management and analysis. Let's to start the topic, that is the working capital. First, the concept of the working capital, then we'll discuss about the factors determining the working capitals or the quantum of working capitals, then management of working capitals, then we'll go for the analysis of the working capitals, management analysis. So now let's come the beginning of the working capitals. Yes, come to the meaning of the working capitals. Working capital means the amount of finance which is required in day-to-day running of the business operations. So that is the working capitals. In simple terms, it is the amount of funds which are required to operate the business in their day-to-day activities. That is the working capitals. That means day-to-day operating business activities. That is the working capitals. Then concept of working capital. Concept of working capital is classified into two types. The first concept is gross working capital concept. Then second is net working capital concept. Let's come to the first concept, that is a gross working capital concept. Gross working capital concept means the total amount invested in the current assets of the business which helps in running of the business activities. That is called gross working capital. And the net working capital concept, it refers to the excess of total current assets over current liabilities. That is a net working capital concept. Gross working capital, now comes to the gross first concept, that is a gross working capital concept. It is the total amount invested in the current assets of the business. Current assets includes cash, bank balance, marketable securities, your debtors, bills receivable, closing stock, work in progress, stock of raw materials, prepaid expenses, accrued income are consist of the working capitals. The gross working capital or the current assets. So why this gross working capital concept is to be taken? Because the gross working capital concept, it is important because it takes into account of the quantum of the working capitals. Quantum means it is a quantitative concept. Sorry, it is not qualitative. It is a quantitative concept of the working capitals. Quantitative concept. Why it is a quantitative concept? Because it takes into the total of the working capitals. Gross working capital of the business. That how the business is invested in the different constituents of the current assets. So that's why it is a quantitative concept, and it ensures that how much amount is to be invested in the business. It also determines the amount blocked in the current assets of the business. That is also important part of the gross working capital concept. So this is a gross working capital. Then next come to net working capital concept. Net working capital concept is the excess of total current assets, investment in the current assets over current liabilities. So it takes into account the how much current asset amount is invested in the current assets and how much is financed from the current liabilities. That means current liabilities includes the creditors, outstanding dues or the expenses, bills payable. That is the amount supplied by the creditors, bank overdraft, short-term loans or the bank financed for the working capitals. So these are the current liabilities. When we get some source of money or the finance from the current liabilities to finance the current assets, then it is called net working capitals. That is current assets minus current liabilities. This total current assets. So that is the net working capital concept. It is important for the business because it is a qualitative aspect of the business. It is a qualitative aspect. Why it is a qualitative aspect? Because it ensures the net amount of the working capital is to be financed from the other sources. That means the as much as working capital current asset is financed by current liabilities, how much balance of current assets remains to be financed by the other sources, from other sources. That's why it is a qualitative aspect. It ensures the amount to be financed from the other sources. It determines the amount, how much amount is excess of current assets over current liabilities to be properly managed and adjusted in the business activities, day-to-day running of the business operations. So that is the net working capital concepts. Net working capital also determine the financial soundness of the business. How much financial sound means the financially balanced of the business activities. Gross working capital concepts does not determine the financial soundness, rather than it determine the total current assets investment. So that is the net working capital concepts. Next is another types of working capital classification is there on the basis of time. On the basis of time, the working capital is classified into concept of working capital is classified into two types. That is fixed working capital, temporary working capital. Fixed working capital means the amount of working capital invested is fixed, permanent from the long-term sources of the business. And fixed working capital is continue for a long period of time. It does not changes over a period of time. And temporary working capital concept means there is the amount of working capital which changes from time to time within a year. It is not constant, it is not fixed. It changes the amount or the quantum of working capitals. The size of working capital changes, but whereas fixed working capital is constant, its quantum is constant, it does not changes, it remains fixed and it continues for a longer period of time. So that is on the basis of time, working capital is classified into two types, that is your fixed working capital and temporary working capitals. Then requirement of working capitals. Why working capital we require? The first reason is that we need working capital for the day-to-day running or the operations of the business activities. A business needs working capital to run the business of its day-to-day operations, day-to-day operating activities. Then the second reason why we need the working capital is that to operate the business, as capital is the lifeblood of the business, the working capital is also needs the very cautiously, judiciously invested in the total current assets, and that how much total current assets is financed by the current liabilities. Then the third reason is that we need the working capitals because it pays the salaries, wages of the laborers or the employees engaged in the business. Second, next reason is that it needs the purchase of raw materials, finished goods. If it is a trading business, it needs the purchase of the goods, services to run the business operations. Then another reason is that it needs the working capital's requirement needed for the businesses to manage the other ancillary expenses which have to be required in the business from time to time. This is the need of working capital or the requirement of working capitals. So this is about the concept, in the brief concept, the meaning of the working capital. Next comes to the how much working capital we require, the quantum of working capital, need of requirement of working capital, then whether we need more working capital or the less working capitals. So for that, we are going to go further discuss about the factors determining working capital requirement. So when we are going to discuss about the factors determining or the factors affecting the amount or the quantum of working capital requirement by the business, then we will to discuss in that the first factors it determines, that is the nature of the business. Nature of a business. Nature of a business means that what type of business it is. Whether it is a manufacturing business or it is a trading business. Manufacturing business means whether it is going to produce the goods, then to sold in the market, or it purchase the goods and sold it. Buying and selling, or producing and selling. If it is a producing and selling the goods, then it requires more working capital in compared to the business who is buying the goods and selling the goods to the customers. Then the second factors it determines, that is your business cycle. Business cycle. Business cycle means business period. How much time it requires to complete the cycle of the business. Means from cash to converting the goods, then from goods to debtors, from the debtors to sell the goods, from collection of money, from collection of money, the money will comes to hand. So that is a business cycle period. If it is a cycle, business cycle takes more time, more working capital is required. If it takes less time, less working capital is required. And then third is seasonal factors. Seasonal factors. Seasonal factors means whether the business is doing the seasonal business or the running business. When business is affected with the seasonal factor during off season, the cost of material, the cost of goods is to be little bit high. During harvesting periods, during peak season, the cost of goods is low. So during peak season, it requires, when the business is going to do in the peak periods, then at the time more working capital is required. When the business is going to sell the goods or during the off periods or the slack periods or the temporary factors, temporary periods, then it requires less working capital, because during that period the goods is to be less demanded. For example, there is the during winter season, the winter garments are to be demanded more, and it requires more production and more sales. But during off season, that means during summer season and other season, the winter garments is not demanded at all. Very less demand, very rare is to be purchased and sold takes place. So that's why less working capital is required. Then fourth factor is technology we use. If business is using labor intensive technology, that means more labor is used and production takes place or the sales takes place, then more working capital we need, because labor need payment of wages and salaries. If we are using capital intensive technology, that means more technology, less people are engaged, that means we are at the time we need more fixed capital, not working capital. That's why the quantum of working capital is reduced. That means during labor intensive technology we need more working capital. During, if we are using capital intensive technology, then we need less working capital. Then fifth factor is credit policy. What is the credit policy adopted by the business? That also affect the requirement of working capitals. Credit policy means two things are there. One is your debtors, another is your creditors. Debtors is a part of your current assets, creditors is part of your current liabilities. So when we are discussing about the credit policy, then how much credit period we are giving to the debtors and how much credit is adhered from the creditors. Both the factors affect your requirement of working capital or decide the quantum of working capital. Let's come to the first, debtors. If we are giving more time to the debtors, then more working capital we require. That means goods are sold on credit basis, takes time to collect the cash. If you are selling the goods on cash basis, less credit basis, then less working capital, quantum of working capital we need. So likewise for creditors, when we are availing the goods on credit, means when the supplier is supplying the goods on credit basis to the business, at the time we need less working capital because we are getting the raw material on credit. We are getting some time to pay it later on. When the creditors should supply the goods on cash basis, then we need immediate cash, payment of cash. So we need more working capital. If you go for the purchase of goods on credit basis, if you purchase the goods on credit basis, you need less working capital. So that is the credit policies. Then sixth factor is production cycle. Production cycle means how much production period takes to produce the goods. If it takes less time to produce the goods, that means less time to produce the goods means we are selling goods is available in our hand, we can sell it in the market to realize the cash. So at that time we need less working capitals. If the production cycle or the production gestation period is high or the more, then we need more time, more amount of working capital because during that time period we have to need the finance of working capital. So that is the production cycles. Detail. Then seventh factor is your tax and dividend policy of the business. That means if the market rate of tax is high, you need more working capital. If the market rate of tax upon the corporate business profit is less, you need less working capitals. Side by side, your dividend policy also affect your business transactions, business working capital, quantum of working capital. That is, either dividend, you are declaring more dividend, more working capital you require. If you dividend declared less, then the less working capital you require. This is the tax policy. Then eighth is your that the price level changes. Changes or inflation. That means when there is a rise in price level, at that time you need more working capitals. Increasing the price levels, if that means the market price of each and every goods is increasing day by day. So at that time business needs more working capital. And if the price level is decreases, that means value of money is decreases, at that time you need less working capitals. That means during deflation you need less working capital. During inflation period you need more working capital. Inflation leads to leading of the price level increases. Deflation leads to decreases of the price level. So that is the price level changes factors which determine your working capital requirement. Then next factor is your ninth factor is your growth aspect of the business. Growth aspect means if the business is growing day by day, then we need more working capital because more business is expanding, growing, and we are going to produce more goods and services and covering more market area segment. Then at the time we need more working capitals. If the growing prospect of the business is less, then at the time we need less working capitals. That is another aspect. Then factor is your earning capacity. of the business. If the earning capacity means there is the profitability. If the profitability of the business is increases, then we need less working capital, because more profit means business increases more working capital to the business from that profits, earning of profits. If the business is earning less profit, that means, let's say that the pandemic, the COVID-19 situation is going on, the market demands of the purchase, the market demand for the production is less, growth is less, the people are buying less in compared to the earlier time. At the time, during this present situation, we need less working capital because less goods is to be demanded, less goods is to be produced. So this is about the factors which determine the quantum of working capital requirement. Then next part is the management and analysis. So that needs the separate discussion. So this is about today's about the concept of working capital, then types of working capital concepts, then factors determining the working capital requirements or the quantum of working capital requirements, and also we have discussed the requirement of working capital, why we need working capitals. So this is about the today's discussion. Thank you.